Hey, Shalom, our Kings, welcome back from Jimis London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. I've seen elders and apostles. They were speaking recently about that doctrine that's out there concerning who Esau is and the Arabs and all this kind of stupidness, right? And so I just wanted to make a quick video. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but just a few scriptures to go into concerning the end times and who's going to be ruling in the end. And these Arabs, they don't rule the world, man. Okay, but we know for a fact Esau is meant to be ruling the world. Okay, the last kingdom to rule the world is Esau's kingdom. Okay, and these Arabs don't rule shit. All right, these Arabs don't rule nothing. Right, so these men are not Esau. Okay, these men are not Edomites. Okay, there may be Edomites scattered among them. Yeah, that may be the case. But as a nation of people, the Arabs are not them. Okay, and it's impossible. It doesn't fit prophecy. All right, and like I said, these few scriptures we're gonna go through. We're just gonna show and identify that. All right, so I'm gonna start here. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Right. So then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, because these are the main characters in the Most High story. Okay, the two opposing forces that are battling it out in the end times, right? Jacob, who is the righteous, and Esau, who is the wicked. Okay? When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? Esau is the last kingdom, okay, before the rulership of Jacob in this sense, or Yahweh Shai. Okay, he is the king of that kingdom. Okay, he is the Lord of that kingdom. It's his kingdom. Okay, which is the kingdom of the Israelites. All right, and that links with Daniel chapter 7. Okay, was it chapter 3? I think it speaks about the statue and the kingdoms of the earth that will come upon the earth. In these different body parts of gold, of silver, iron, bronze. Right. This is a slightly different variation of that same, of those same kingdoms as beasts. Okay, but speaking about the same thing, right? And it tells you here in Daniel chapter 7. It says, these great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. Okay, these kingdoms. Okay, we had the Babylonian Empire. Okay, which is the head of gold in the other breakdown, right? You had the chest of silver. Okay, which was the Median Persian Empire. Okay, and you had the leg was what part of the body was that? Bronze, whatever it was, is bronze, right? And then you had the legs and the feet, which are made of iron. Okay, these are the four kingdoms. Okay, and the toes are made of iron and clay, which is a continuation of that fourth kingdom. All right, I think it was fires of bronze or something like that. Okay, so it's speaking about the same thing. So these four, okay, four kings shall rise out of these four empires, these four kingdoms, right? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, right? And this, in the other Daniel's breakdown, is speaking about that rock that struck the foot of the statue and destroyed the statue. Okay, and it became a great mountain. Okay, that's talking about the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. Okay, that is when the saints shall possess the kingdom forever and ever. Okay, so it's speaking about the same thing, just just differently here, right? But verse 19, it starts talking about this fourth beast. Okay, this last beast. Okay, this kingdom of iron. Right? It says, then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, right? Because they didn't have, kings like the Babylonians did, the Persians did, and the Greeks did. They had, what we call today democracy. You vote people in. The figureheads, the rulers, they change. Each subsequent term. Let's say under the guise of democracy, which is BS anyway. But that's how they ruled, right? So it was different from the previous kingdoms that came before it, right? It tells you that in the book of Maccabees, right? It says, which was diverse from all others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, right? And Rome was known for their military, for their weaponry. Okay, how mighty they were, right? Militarily, right? They were strong like iron. And his nails of brass, which devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet. And the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows, right? Now, I need to go over this breakdown a little bit again, but I know the little horn that came up is America, right? These 10 horns are, for lack of a better word, these provinces that were under Rome's control, okay, which was in Europe. Okay, you had the Germania Minor, Germania Major, Spain, France, Rome itself, Britain. I'm missing one. France. Did I say France? Right. These were regions that they had rule over. Okay, these are part of these 10 horns. That's why the beast in Revelation, okay, is NATO in the EU. It's these same European nations that they have under their control. Okay, that they're using. Okay, but this small horn, which came out of Britain, okay, just to clarify, I said before whom 3 fell. This is speaking about the French, the Spanish, and the British, okay, that were over there in America, right? America come out of those wars with them, and became independent, you know. And out of those 3, this horn that had eyes, represents America, right? And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows, right? America has become super proud out of these battles, these wars, and becoming the top nation on the earth, right? And America is not owned or run by Arabs, okay? It's owned by so-called white people, okay? They've become that great nation on the earth, okay? That great empire on the earth, okay? Beginning with America, all these other, parts of it, Britain and Spain, they're all underneath America, okay? NATO is made up of these nations, right? These European nations, but who is the head of NATO? America. Who's the mightiest nation? America. Who's the world reserve currency? America. Right? America is the head of this empire. Okay, ain't no Arab nation. Okay, and no Arabs are running America. Okay, so it couldn't possibly be them. Right? These Arabs are that having little skirmishes in the Middle East right now because of the oppression, right? That the so-called white man has brought into their region. He's the one doing all that. He has the power to do those things. Okay, not the Arabs. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So they've become more proud because of their position in the planet. Being the head. Okay, America. These Americans are more proud and arrogant than their counterparts. Their peers, right? Verse 21 says, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom, right? So we're meant to be under their oppression, under their rulership, until that day comes, the day the Lord comes to bring us vengeance and judgment against them. All right, then the Lord is going to set us up, okay, beginning with his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's when we're going to possess the kingdom. Okay, verse 23, thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth. Right, this is it. There's no more kingdoms after this. Okay, this is the last kingdom that's going to exist before the kingdom of heaven exists, before Yahweh Shai returns and establishes his kingdom. Okay, and again, this world is not run by Muslims or Arabs or whatever. It's not. Okay, it's ruled by you so-called white people, you Edomites. Okay, it's the Esau is the end of the world. It's you so-called white people who are the Edomites. Okay, it's you're them. Okay, you do your best to run away from, these titles, right? You don't want to take on anything that's negative, right? You only want to take on things that are good. But at the end of the day, man, this is your identity that you've been running away from this whole time. Okay, you like throwing these things on the other people, Oh yeah, it's the Arabs, when it's clearly not, Anyway, it says and thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms and shall devour the whole earth, right? And that's happening now. Esau has got rulership and influence over the whole earth now. Back in Rome, it wasn't like that. They had control over the known earth at the time, for most parts, right? But they didn't have the Americas, they didn't have none of that. Okay, that's now in this Rome 2.0, okay, where the feet were made of iron and clay. Okay, a continuation of the kingdom, but it's not quite the same as it once was. All right. This is and shall devour the whole earth and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Who did that? Who's changing these times and the laws and the things that we celebrate? And that it's not the Arabs. Okay, these so-called white people, right? Because they have the power to do that. They're in the power seat. Okay. And they shall be given in. I think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of time. Pardon me. Salaki, right, says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall be take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, i.e. Jacob, which we just read. Okay, the Israelites, beginning with the elect. Okay, under Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's who it's going to be given to after this. Okay, Esau is the end of the world. Who's ruling? Edomites. Who are they? So-called white people. Right? That's what it is. Again, it's not no Arabs. They don't fit in this prophecy, It says, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So once we're in rulership, that's it. There ain't gonna be no other opportunities for all these heathen nations to rule. It's gonna be Yahushua kingdom forever. Okay, ain't no one's gonna come rise up against us and take us down and oh, but you put us into slavery. Yeah, that was punishment. Okay, that's your punishment for what we've done. Okay, about those that believe that 2 wrongs don't make a right. No, this is right. Okay, the Most High doesn't have a problem with putting your nation into slavery, man. It's punishment. Okay, for what you did to his children. Okay, there isn't going to be no comeback after that. Okay, your nation's going to get put in order. All right. Yeah, so all dominions shall serve and obey him. Okay. So that's what it is, right? So coming here in Revelation 17 now, right? Just to further the point, I made the point, but to further the point, right? Just to show you Arabs ain't doing shit. Okay, so they can't be the Edomites. Okay, because the Edomites are the ones ruling the earth. Okay, they're the mighty nation upon the earth that has ruled over it with their wickedness, right? So Revelation 17 verse 1 says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, that rule over many waters, that oppress many waters, i.e. nations. Okay, that's what it represents. As it'll break down itself in a minute. So with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right? Who's changing the way these nations operate? Bringing everybody ways of the West. These democracies and this liberal bullshit. Pushing alphabetisms and all this kind of stuff. It's the West. It's Esau, the so-called white man. He's one pushing that. Beginning with America, right? Because they're in that position in the earth, right? It's not the Arabs. Right? What they got going on is down in their regions, man. Their structure. But even Esau, he's attacking that. You got people peeling away from all their that people's cultures to turn to his ways. It's that wine that he's feeding everybody. He's getting people to peel away from it to give up their identity, so to speak, their customs, their culture, to live the way of the West, which is wicked, right, and destructive. Okay, all you gotta do is look around, man, and see how many people are fucking obese and fucking dying of illnesses and turning into flamers and don't know how to have relationships and all kind of shit. It's all fucked up, man. Fucking broken homes and shit. It's terrible, right? But this place, you're made to feel like, oh, this is good. Because you're fucking drunk. You know? Drunk, you drank his bullshit. Alright, it says, with whom the kings of the earth are committing fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, okay, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, we're just talking about that back in Daniel, right? This is speaking about the same thing essentially, just in a different way. Okay, this whore that sits upon this beast is America, just like that little horn is America in this, and she's the one that directs, or she manages or handles the beast. Okay, which is these European nations that were, in Rome, under control of Rome, right? It's the revival, okay, of that wounded head, right? And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand of abomination and filthiness of her fornication, right? Because America pushed all that wickedness, man, all the abominations, mate. They allow you to worship all kinds of different, bogus religions, even Satanism. Like I said, they will push the whole alphabetisms and abortions. They push all kinds of madness, right? Okay, with no shame, you know. Verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, right? So this kingdom is New Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. It's not the old Babylon, it's not the same as the old Babylon, it's not in Babylon, okay, which is nothing but the land of Iraq today. There ain't no great nation on the planet. I could tell you that for nothing, right? So it can't be talking about them. They don't fit that prophecy. Okay, but Babylon the Great is that nation on the earth which is the greatest. Okay, and who is that? America. Who runs America? Who owns and runs America? So-called white people. Henceforth, they are the Edomites. They must be the Edomites. They must be Esau, because he has to fit the prophecy. These prophecies are there for signs, man. So for you to identify who and what things are. It's easy for Esau just to say, "Oh no, that's not us," because he don't want to be Esau. Of course he doesn't. So it's easy for him just to say, "Oh yeah, it's Arabs, isn't it?" But look into the prophecy. What does the prophecy say? We use these prophecies to identify who's who and what's what. To measure the time. Okay, it's the prophecy, it's the word of the Lord that reveals who's who. Okay, and these so-called white people are the Edomites, man, without a doubt. Okay. Upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, okay, who was America. It's a mystery. It's not plainly open for you to, oh yeah, it's America. It's not going to say that to you. It's a mystery. And the Spirit has to deal with you to kind of understand that. Right? And some people can see it. Even some of these white people can see it, that Babylon the Great is America. Some people know. All right? So I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, and that's NATO and the EU. Right? The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life for the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, is not, and yet is. All right. I believe this was speaking about Rome at the time, right? Because Rome was there at the time. Okay. And here is the mind of which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Okay. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen. Okay, and I believe this is going into again, these provinces that Rome had ruled over. Okay, Germania Minor, Major, France, Spain, Britain. How many was that? Major, France, Spain, Britain. 5. That's 5. Yeah. Right. Where was I? 5 are fallen. Okay, so that's those I just mentioned, and 1 is, which was Rome, and the other is not yet come. Okay, which was Britain. Okay, they filled those shoes later on in time. Okay, with their British Empire. Okay. and they continued a short space, right? They had their empire. It didn't last a great, span of time compared to Rome, but they were there for sure, And again, these are all Edomite nations, all Edomites, so-called white people ruling, right? And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, right? And again, going back to that little horn, that's what came out of all of this. Okay, the eighth horn, or in this sense here, comes out of Britain. Okay, America is a product of Britain. Okay, and became this great power. Okay, it took down the British, the French, and the Spanish, and claimed America for itself. Okay, America became that great power upon the earth, and it's been like that ever since. Okay, and they really got pushed when after World War II, man, and became the world reserve currency, and they've just been on that pedestal ever since, man. Okay, so they are that pinnacle nation in Esau's kingdom. Okay, so and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven. Okay, and goeth into perdition. America is going to be destroyed by that nuclear fire. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. I might as well finish it, right? Pardon me, right? So these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, right? Again, that whole NATO is their military arm, right? And so they do, they rule together with that military, right? These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful, okay, which is the elect of Israel. Right? So these militaries that they've amassed, these weapons and that kind of stuff, they're going to use these things to fight against the Lord when he returns. Okay, and like I said back in Daniel's, speaking about the rock that is going to hit the feet of the statue, right, to break it all down. That's what Yahweh says coming to do. He's going to come to destroy them all. Okay, and that's going to be the end of their empire. Okay, that's going to be the last of the rulership of the heathen. Okay. So he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. So what Arab nation sits on anybody? What Arab nation rules over places on the earth? None. These men don't rule over shit. They got little sandboxes to deal with to rule over their own little sandboxes, right? But they're not ruling in an international, in a global scale. They're not doing that. These men are nobodies on the earth. Okay, where does power really sit? With America, with Europe? These men decide things. Okay, in their courts of law and all this bullshit. Everybody else is just the extra in it. The United Nations. Who's mostly in the United Nations? It's mostly Esau calling the shots, man. Okay, everyone else is just there to spectate. Okay, be told what to do. Because you can't force. Hey, if Esau does something wicked and the world wants to punish them, who's gonna punish them? Who's gonna enforce anything? They ain't got the strength to. They'd have to agree to that. Otherwise, you ain't doing shit to them. It's evidently so-called white man Esau who's running shit. Again, it's not no Arabs. Okay. Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, right? And again, with these with Esau or America's contemporaries, their peers, right? They're getting frustrated with dealing with America, man, because they don't deal fairly, man, because they take the piss of their position in the world and their power. Okay, they bully the other nations, man. As I said, the whore sitteth on them. Okay, they oppress them, and America is going to lead them into this war, which is going to damage everybody, right? And it ain't going to be worth it, man. And the sentiment between them is going to become even worse. Like you see, it's fraying over the years and the things that have gone on between them. They're not really in agreement like they used to be. So eventually they're going to turn on them, right? So these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, that's what's going to happen to America. Okay, their own allies is going to turn against them and join Russia and China and Iran, these types of guys, to destroy that place, right? Because it's the Most High's will. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give the kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, okay, that great nation essentially, right? Because America it begins with a C, it has citizens, right? And it became a great nation. Basically, was it 50 states? Which each state is bigger than a lot of countries. So this woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. What Arab nation does that? None. Zero. Right? It's talking about America, and like I said, so-called white man runs America. Okay, this is his world, his dominion. Okay, it's his time. This is from Revelation chapter 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay, again, same thing, right? They all getting into bed, getting involved with America, buying each other's goods, and all that kind of stuff, and adopting their ways and philosophies and whatever. Right, they got involved with her, right, and making money off her. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right, it's the great consumer nation on the planet. Okay, bigger than all these other nations, man. Okay, they're a great consumer nation. Everybody wants to sell their goods into America, man, because they're gonna buy it, right? And it means you're gonna make a lot of money. Okay, these nations for money love America for money, nothing else, just for money, to make money out of her. Right, so now they say they ain't selling all their shit to fucking Arab land in the Middle East. They ain't doing that. As much as these Saudis have got money and stuff, it's not like that. They're not buying everyone's products. Yeah, they might buy a few Bugattis and some Ferraris and shit, right? Which which are Esau's anyway. But then they're not buying mass amount of fucking bullshit from all these different nations like America's buying. America buy everything and anything. That's why China just sell fucking bare knockoff shit and just import it over. It gets bought, all right, and these men get rich. All right. Anyway, it says and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much have she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, right? These Arabs ain't living deliciously, Okay, you might say, well, the Saudis are. Okay, yeah, maybe they are. Where'd they get their money from? Oh, hold on. Who set them up with the oil? Oh, hold on. Esau. It's all white man set him up with that shit. He gave them that. Set them in, put them in power. We know who the real players are. Yeah, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. These rich elite banking families. They're the ones pulling the strings and ruling the shit. As anyway, it says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall a plague come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Okay, so this is all about the end, and the end of this nation, this kingdom, this empire that exists currently. And like we said, we know Esau is the end of the world. Okay, but who is in control of this world that we're living in? Of this empire that we're living in? It's not no Arabs. It says, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication have lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they should see the smoke of her burning. You think anyone gonna give a damn if these Middle Eastern countries gets destroyed? They're not worried about. They're not gonna they're not hardly lose any money from doing trade with them. If America disappeared now, yeah, it's gonna upset a lot of people, man, because a lot of people make money off America. So stand afar for the fear of a torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon. Okay, these Arab nations are not great. They're not great. Oh, Dubai is nice. Yeah, it's nice. but it ain't really doing shit. Okay, it's not a big player in the world. It's nothing, right? It just looks nice. So that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Are there any of these Arab nations mighty like that? No. Is America mighty? Yes. Is it known to be mighty? Yes. Does everyone fucking blow it off? Yes. They all admit that, oh yeah, America's the, well, they will tell you, oh, America's the mightiest military, has the mightiest military in the world. Yeah, they always getting blown off, man. How great they are. You know? But you're not greater than the Heavenly Father, man, so you're gonna get fucked up. Alright? This is yeah, so and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right? And we know Russia got those missile technologies to hit America with those nukes within the hour, man. Okay, 30 to 45 minutes, missiles can be hitting America non-stop. Okay, and within an hour, it's going to be destroyed. Right, the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, where they going to sell that shit to? Okay, America buys so much shit. Where are they going to sell it to, man? Who's going to make up the shortfall of that? Nobody. They're going to take heavy cuts, man. So it's going to be upsetting time for these guys. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all tine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious woods and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Yeah, that's what they deal with, man. Okay, we all know about the transatlantic slave trade, right? We know that they was key in that, started all of that, right? We know that, right? Souls and men, they continue to traffic people today, children and the like. Yeah, big business on the black market, that's what they do. There's nothing you can't sell in America, man. you know. So that and the fruits that thy soul lusted after, and the soul. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Right? Why? Because America is going to be completely destroyed. Right? The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, right? These Arab nations are not really big shipping place, they've got big ports and shipping routes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you got some trade going down there, Red Sea and oil and stuff like that. But we're talking about consuming like products and all types of goods. Where are most ships headed? To the Americas, man, to North America especially. That's where the most of the world's shit goes. And get it shipped off to. Right? So obviously men are gonna be upset. Right? So and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and they cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Ain't no one gonna say that about Middle East and these Arab nations. Ain't no one gonna say that. But they would say that about America. Okay? And like again, I point out again, the Arabs are not in control of America. They don't run America. Okay, the so-called white man runs America. Okay? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great sea where we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be no more found at all. Right? Because it's the end. It's the end. It's the end of the prophecies concerning these heathen kingdoms, man. Okay, and Esau is ruling at the end of it. Okay, and who is the ruling nation on the planet? America. Who's behind that? The so-called white man. Okay, so there's your evidences and your answers, man, to who Esau is. That's why you got to follow these prophecies, man. You got to deal with the prophecies. You know, and for you to deal with it, to understand it, the Lord will be dealing with you. You know, to get it. Right? But it certainly ain't no damn arrows, man. Quite clearly. And this is just one aspect of understanding that. You know? So, you know, I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, it's been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time I say shalom.